Why did Christianity fail in Asia while succeeding in Europe? A religion so big it makes a double cheeseburger look like a snack. With over 2 billion followers, it's the ultimate global potluck. You've got folks from the US to North Korea where even the dictators are probably wondering if they should at least try a Sunday service. Now, Christianity kicked off in the Middle East, Judea to be exact. Think of it as the original hotspot before Instagram influencers made it trendy. But here's the kicker. Despite its Middle Eastern roots, it's often associated with the Western world. You would think Asia would jump on the bandwagon, but no, it's like that one friend who always shows up late to the party. So back in Judea, Christianity started spreading faster than a rumor in a small town. It rolled through the Levant, what we now call Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, and Cyprus, like a really enthusiastic ball bus. Antioch became the new hotspot for the faith, thanks to Peter, Paul, and Barnabas, essentially the original boy band of evangelism. But then hit the road to Asia, passing through places like Mesopotamia and Parthia, and allegedly even making a pit stop in India. Imagine them pulling up to the roadside chai stand, asking for directions to enlightenment. Now, as the centuries rolled on, Nestorian Christians packed their bags and headed to China. The first documented visit was by a priest named Alopen in 635 AD. He must have thought, this place is great, let's bring some good news. The emperor welcomed him, probably thinking, finally, someone with another good story that doesn't involve another round of bureaucracy. Christianity took off in China like a rocket until it didn't. Picture this, it started strong but then hit a roadblock under the less friendly emperors. It's like that one movie sequel you really wanted to love but it just didn't have the same magic. Things picked up again during the Mongol era. Kublai Khan was like, sure, come in, bring your religion, your philosophy and a side of Nestorian tacos. But once the young dynasty crumbled, so did the evangelism. Kind of like that sand castle you built as a kid. Christianity in China did not vanish entirely, although it's just decided to go undercover like a secret agent on a mission. Meanwhile, Taiwan got a taste of Christianity thanks to some English and Canadian Presbyterians. When mainland Chinese folks migrated from post-communist takeover, they brought their own enthusiasm. Today, about 3% of Taiwan identifies as Christians, not a huge crowd, but enough for a lively potluck. And then there's Japan. It embraced Christianity at first, like a puppy with a new toy, but by now, only about 1% of the population identifies as Christians. The 17th century was the beginning of the end for them. Imagine all those excited missionaries showing up only to find out their new friends had moved on to different hobbies. Now, let's talk about North Korea, where undercover Christians is an actual thing. Thanks to American Protestants in the 1800s, early Korean Christians got so pumped about their faith that they just had to share it, like a kid with a new toy who won't stop talking about it. Meanwhile, South Korea boasts some of the world's largest churches. About 30% of South Koreans call themselves Christians, and in North Korea, rumor has it about 1% of the folk are secretly on Team Jesus. But if you want to see Christianity explosion, look no further than the Philippines, with a whooping 78% to 90% of the population identifying as Christians. It's like a fiesta every Sunday. Blame it on Spanish colonization and later American missionaries trying to convert anyone who hadn't been scooped up by the Catholics. The Philippines are basically the all are welcome sign for Christianity. However, in other Asian countries like Thailand, Myanmar, and India, Christianity faced some stiff competition. I mean, who can compete with the allure of Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam? It's like trying to sell ice cream in an ice cream parlor. You might get a few curious taste testers, but most people are just sticking with what they know. So what's the deal? A lot of factors played a role. The Roman Empire had its hand full of controlling the Middle East, so Christianity naturally spread westward like an overzealous traveler who can't find the right train to board. And let's not forget Eastern culture, where philosophical principles tend to dominate. Introducing Christianity was like trying to sell a treadmill at a donut shop. Good luck. In summary, why there isn't just one reason why Christianity didn't take hold in Asia, we can point to a few culprits: the strong presence of Islam, the established regions like Buddhism, and the general lack of exposure to Christianity. Today, Christianity is the world's largest religion, but in Asia, especially the farther east you go, it's more like a pop-up shop rather than a permanent fixture. Thanks for joining us on this wild drive through religious history. And remember, whether you're in church or at home, there's always room for a little laughter and good company.